So then inside of the red pill community, though, you do agree that there's like a massive repeal the 19th movement?
Sure. Yeah. And if they find women that agree, good for them. I hope they do.
But they don't. But they probably won't, right?
Okay. Well, then they're going to be alone then.
So then you don't really care about the loneliness of red pillers. You just want them to change their preferences.
No, I didn't say that.
To meet your preferences.
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of red pillers that might change their whole belief system after getting out of it.
Go ahead. Change my belief system.
I didn't say I'm going to change
Why is it that red pillars should get with women who want the right to vote?
I didn't say that. That's not what I'm saying.
You have no prescriptions. You have no fucking prescriptions.
Listen.
It's like talking. Listen. No, you listen.
No, you listen. You've been talking.
Give me a fucking prescription.
No, I'm not
I just
giving you a
talked to you like that. What are you going to fucking do about it? Nothing. Yeah, you heard me. You fucking heard me. You're not going to do shit. Not going to do shit.
What are you trying to do
now, back to this.
What are you trying to do here?
Nothing. Yeah, you wanted to come hard? We're doing it, right?
Well, coming hard by what?
You just said don't. You just said what are you going to do, right?
What are you? Okay.
What are you going to do?
Dude, that is some insecurity. Now, I wouldn't say anything about that shit.
Now, are you going to engage here or not? Repeal the 19th?
I don't think we should.
Got it. If you had a preference for it, okay, and a woman didn't, probably shouldn't date, right?
Right.
That would make it a legitimate dating question.
But that doesn't. But that's not what you just said. You said I don't care about red pillars because if they can't find a woman that.
Yeah, you want them to conform to your preferences.
I didn't say conform to my preferences. I said if they get out of the red pill community, they might not believe these things anymore. Okay. That's all I'm saying.
Which would conform to
what?
Your preferences.
I didn't say anything about my preferences.
I'm sorry.
If the red
do you
pill
think
community,
that if all these red pillers adopted your preferences, like they don't care about body counts?
I don't give a shit about my preferences. Who cares about my preferences?
Okay.
If they can't find a woman, hold on. If they can't listen, if they can't find a woman, that doesn't match their preferences, they get out of the red pill because it's not working for them. They might change their beliefs. I'm not prescribing a preference. I'm prescribing getting out of the red pill. That's what I'm prescribing.
So can you prescribe any alternative?
Getting out of the red pill is the first step.
Yeah, that's not an alternative.
It is.
No, that's just that. Listen. It's like saying this. Your car is shit. Great, but I need to drive to work. Can you tell me an alternative car? No.
That's not the same thing. I'm saying, no, it's not.
Same.
Okay, take the blue pill then. How about that?
Okay, what's the blue pill?
It's the complete opposite of the red pill.
Yeah, that doesn't tell me anything. What is it?
Well, they'll figure it out.
Yeah, okay, they'll figure it out. Never any prescriptions at all.
No, because I'm not coming here to prescribe anything but getting out of the red pill. That's all I'm doing.
Yeah, but don't you understand that unless you give prescriptions for why that is?
Because it's not helping them. That's why.
Yeah, but you won't even tell us what the standard of helping them is. What is it?
If they're unhappy with the current situation they're in because of the communities they're listening to, get out of it.
Then
That's
tell us what the alternative community they'll be happy in is.
First, throw up the red pill. That's the first step.
Oh my God.
Then we'll figure it out.
If you're not happy with your shitty car, then just get rid of the car. Well, what do I get in? Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yep.
Stupid.
It's so stupid. Yeah.
It is.
It's so dumb.
You have no alternatives.
It's so dumb. Yeah.
No prescriptions.
Keep prescribing the red pill then. Keep prescribing it. It's working for them.
I prescribe Christian ethics.
You also prescribe the red pill.
No, I just say that there's things about the red pill. You asked me a specific narrow question. Has it done more good or more bad? I think it's done more bad. That doesn't mean it's a prescriptor that I prescribe, because I also understand it does more good than bad.
Okay, well, you personally don't, but the communities themselves do. And the content creators do.
What does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with literally fucking anything?
It has to do with what I came here to do.
Oh, okay. What did you come here to do again?
To try to convince as many red pillars to get out as possible.
Do you think you're doing that?
I don't know. Maybe some people are listening.
Do you think you're doing that?
I don't know. Maybe some of them might say, you know what, it isn't working for me. I'm going to get out. Maybe that's what they're thinking.
You would have been better coming in with a pro-Christian ethics message, because that actually gets them out of the red pill.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, it does it a lot better.
Yeah.
That's why Muslims do a good job recruiting out of the red pill manosphere. It's why Christians do a good job. Secularist atheists who say, no, I don't give a shit if a woman's fucking plowed 100 guys. I'd still be with her anyway. That just turned off every motherfucker who was watching this, I promise.
Well, that's fine. But if it is going to Christian ethics and that gives them a happier life and they're not depressed and they're not incels, then hey, go for it.
Okay.
If that's a prescription.
Wait a second. So maybe we can agree here. Should red pillars go towards Christian ethics?
I'm not prescribing that, no. But if it helps them, go for it.
Then that would be a prescription.
No, it's not. There's several things they can turn to that aren't Christian ethics. But if that is one of them, I'm not saying that I don't know, but I'm saying there are other alternatives. If Christian ethics is one, if you said, if religion in general is one.
Alternatives, what I got here.
If religion is
other
one,
alternatives.
Yeah, there's several people that live their lives in a secular way that aren't depressed and incels. There's several ways you can live a secular life that doesn't necessarily have this hard and fast philosophy that you believe in. There are people that can get out of it and choose a different path. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, all you're offering up is more feminist degeneracy.
Yeah, degenerate.
It is degenerate.
I'm not
completely
promoting
degenerate.
any sort of degeneracy.
What your worldview leads to is cohabitation and single motherhood and degeneracy. That's all it ever leads to.
And what red pill content leads to is depression. And red pill content leads to depression, and it leads to loneliness, and it leads to anger.
Here's the thing. If you have to do the alternative spectrum, where we follow your view for cohabitation, we already know what that does to men, and it's way worse than if they never get married or if they do get married. We know it for sure.
Okay.
And your worldview, your secularist fucking worldview, feminist worldview, is what led us to this in the first place. It was the erosion of religion, the erosion of Christian ethics, the erosion of having a patriarchal society. We used to have 95% they stayed intact. Thanks, man. Oh, now you care about them so much.
95% what?
Oh, marriages used 95%.
Because women were legally and economically trapped in marriage.
Bro, you think this is a better system?
Yes.
Okay, well then why do you say you care about these men?
Yes.
You want them to be free of the red pill?
Correct.
Then why'd you put them in a fucking society where they needed it?
Okay, they needed it because of feminism. You're right. Blame women every chance you get. Blame women every chance you get, Andrew.
Did I blame women or did I blame an ideology?
Okay, it's the same thing.
No, it's not the same thing.
It's the same thing,
you just don't
and you know it.
understand
It's
how
the
to
same
debate.
thing,
You don't know nothing.
Yeah.
So again, this whole society, we had all of the things that you're prescribing. Men's health, really good. Women's health, really good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah.
And now, not so much.
Yeah.
Thanks to you fuckers.
Yeah, thanks to us.
So you want them to do the exact same shit. Same shit.
Yeah.
Cohabitate, have kids, let the woman take over when it comes to abortions, right? She can kill your kid, not kill your kid, totally up to her. You fucking deal with it. And if she has a high body count, just get over that preference.
Yeah, if the red pill's working for you,
brilliant,
if the red pill's working for you, keep it.
my
If it's
God.
not, get the fuck out.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Your lifestyle doesn't. The lifestyle of secularism, which leads to degeneracy, is what forced society into this fucking play anyway. So
you know what? I think a lot of men are angry that women have agency and they can live their own lives, they can make income, and these men are just upset about it. That's what it is. And the red pill was a good community for them to go to because they're rejected and they're angry.
Yeah.
So the red pill is what it is.
Yeah. So it has nothing to do with agency. It has to do with the understanding of virtues.
Oh yeah, it's virtues. That's the issue.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, man.
You think that gender is nebulous. In fact, everything is nebulous. So when you say masculine or you say feminine, those are nebulous terms to you. But the thing is like masculinity is not a nebulous term. It's always been associated with virtue.
Yeah,
the same as femininity, feminine virtues and masculine virtues.
The world changes.
Yeah, but the thing is like that forcing of the progressive ideology. Exactly what got us here. And all you're prescribing is more progressive ideology.
Yeah, the idea that women wanted to, be lawyers and they couldn't 55 years ago. Yeah.
Oh, no.
It down.
Oh, my God. Instead, they took care of their own children.
We're forcing it. We're forcing it down your throat.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this.
God forgive people try to find their own agency.
Would you rather take away the ability of women to be lawyers if it meant that the human population continued to go because they stayed at home or were mothers? Or would you let humanity go extinct so that women could stay lawyers if they wanted to?
I don't know if a life is worth living if you don't have agency.
Can you answer my fucking question?
I just did. No, I don't. I would rather women had the choice. That's what I said.
And all of humanity go extinct.
So be it.
Okay. I think that's the end of the debate.
There's some other prompts. We got some chats coming through. Guys, if you want to get it in, $100 TTS. Andrew's going for another smoke break. There he goes. He'll be right back. Guys, we have Lucas. Thank you, Lucas.
Lucas donated $100.
Appreciate it.
Healthy masculinity equals biblical masculinity, i.e., highly competent, patriarchal/family-oriented, honorable, unassailably virtuous, courageous, with impeccable integrity.
Doesn't that sound like my definition a little bit beyond the Bible?
Is that your definition?
Doing the right thing because it's the right thing, like family-oriented, honorable, virtuous, courageous, impeccable integrity. I don't know.
Okay. We have Jason Castle here. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate it.
Jason Castle donated $100. Like I said, definitely one of the dumbest guys Andrew has ever debated. In order to have an actual debate, you need to understand your opponent's worldview. That includes their definition, dummy.
I didn't come here to play the definition game. That's Andrew's little tactic he does with every debate. That's why these are 5 hours.
Yeah, but I mean, don't you think it's fair that in order for you guys to have an understanding of what you're actually talking about, you both can agree on a definition?
Yeah, I do agree, but there's things that I think are given that he tries to nitpick anyway. Like, for example, if I said I think women historically would be oppressed, he would say, well, what's oppression? And then it's like he knows what oppression is, but he wants to play this semantic game, which leads us down a road, which makes him win argument points. But it's like we both agree that women have been oppressed at some point. So that's why
he might disagree, but I agree with you that he knows what. Well, he has his own sense of, or his own definition of oppression, but he's just looking to you to give your own definition to make sure that you guys are talking about the same thing. For example, how would you, and I'm not debating you.
Sure. No, I like this conversation. No, for sure.
How would you define racism?
I define racism as a systematic discrimination due to someone's identity, mostly. Like, I think prejudice and racism are two different things.
But for example, some people, and I don't know if you use this definition, will use the following definition of racism. Racism equals prejudice plus power.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Is that your definition?
Yeah, I can agree with that. Yeah.
But many people in the original definition of racism, that's not the original definition of racism. So that's why I think he's trying to figure out the definitions of words, because especially with words like oppression, racism, sexism, oh my God,
Is that really?
I have not been talking into the mic the entire time. I had it turned around, so I hope probably nobody heard what I was saying. My apologies. So the definition of racism, if it's prejudice, racism equals prejudice plus power, Andrew's not going to agree with you on that definition.
Right, but instead of providing his own definition, he wants to pick apart mine. And I think that's the bullshit that he does in debates. If you don't agree with my definition, provide your own.
Huh? You mean win?
No, you're winning debate club. I'm trying to have a conversation.
You don't know what a conversation is. You don't even have a worldview that's informed.
Okay,
all you're doing is prescribing degeneracy.
All you do is believe in Christian ethics because it's your go-to.
I know, the thing that worked for 2,000 years.
Oh, it worked so well.
Yes, it did. For 2,000
then why aren't we
years.
doing it still?
We're trying to move society to it.
It's not going there.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, half the world.
By 2050, secularists are going to be more popular. By 2050, secularists are going to be more popular.
They can't reproduce.
No, they can't. They can't fuck. We're the ones fucking.
They're not. No, they're not.
We're the ones fucking.
Do you want to know? Do you want to take a breakdown of population by secularists versus Christians? Not even in the same fucking universe, dude.
Okay.
Really quick, before we get right back into it, I just want to read a few chats.
Dude, you gotta let me go get some sleep, man. It's 24 hours I've been up now.
How long have we been doing this?
Like
hours.
3 hours.
It's time. We gotta wrap it on this, bro. I'll be back tomorrow, though.
30 minutes?
30 minutes.
30 minutes? 30 minutes. Let me at least let the chats come through really quick. Guys, okay, 30 minutes. So, yeah, we'll do 30 minutes. If you want final opportunity, $99 TTS. Also, really quick, guys, we're like 200 viewers away from hitting 10,000 concurrent viewers.
Let me ask this, too.
Join us really quick.
Is there any degeneracy you're against? Any?
I'm sure.
Like homosexuality?
No, I'm not against that.
Female promiscuity?
No, I'm not against that.
Okay. Are you against male promiscuity?
No.
Okay. No male promiscuity. Are you against like 3 men in a homosexual relationship adopting a child?
No.
No, not against that either. What degeneracy would you be against?
Keep giving me examples. I'll tell you. Maybe necrophilia. Like what?
Do you draw the line at dead bodies?
That's one.
That's it?
That's the one I could think of. I'm sure there's more.
What about incest?
Yeah, I think that's degeneracy.
You think that is?
Yeah.
So can you tell me why it is you think two brothers shouldn't be able to have sex?
It just doesn't sit right with me.
No, okay. It just doesn't say, and none of this sits right with anybody. the idea that so all you've prescribed for society is the same exact thing that these guys have been dealing with for the last 50 years, which is just an unlimited amount of degeneracy. You know what? Let me just ask this. What new are you actually bringing to the table? Are you bringing any new idea other than just, I'm a progressive and do whatever the fuck you want? Are you bringing anything?
I think my channel is showing that the red pill myths that they're being told about women isn't necessarily true. So I'm bringing that. And people have told me that it's helping. So
yeah. Okay.
That's what I'm bringing to the table.
Well, it looks to me like all you're bringing to the table is just more progressive degeneracy.
It looks to me like all you're bringing to the table is a return to the 1950s.
No, well, here's the thing. 1950s.
Oh, it's so good, right?
Hey, in the 1950s, what did you think about the lack of mental illnesses there?
So, yeah, I'm sure there weren't any mental illnesses.
No,
or maybe we didn't know how to talk
in
about
comparison
it.
to today,
the 1950s were so great. Let's just go back
was
there.
What about the interpersonal relationships in the 1950s? Did you hate so much? What were they? You don't know, do you? Yeah, you don't know.
No, all you bring to the table is let's go back in time. That's all you bring to the table.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're upset that I use traditions.
Do I seem upset?
What's a tradition?
Do I seem upset?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm chilling,
it
dude.
seems like an experiment that worked.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, that's what
It's
a
not
tradition
working
is.
anymore.
Do you have family traditions?
Not really.
None?
Not that I can think of, no.
Oh, would you agree with me that a tradition could easily be looked at as an experiment which worked?
Not necessarily.
Well, I mean, why would you have them if they don't work?
I don't know. Is the Christmas tree a tradition? Does it work?
Yes.
It works?
And here's what it works for.
It has no application.
It works for the assistance of people getting around a Christmas tree and celebrating an event.
Yeah.
And it works so well that it spread like wildfire, and everybody started doing it. It was a great way to assist with community. Seems like a tradition that worked. Richard Dawkins, who was a very famous atheist, said he really misses Christmas carols. Well, he did everything he could to eliminate Christianity, but he really misses Christmas carols.
Yeah. Well, you can celebrate Christmas without being Christian.
Sure. You're just going to steal from our ethics, like always, and then, degenerize them.
Yeah, sure.
But, okay.
Did you want to, by the way, I order food? I was going to get this food after the show, or
No, he wants
Brian,
in and out.
I need sleep.
Okay, no,
I need
just
sleep.
checking. I was gonna order some food, Andrew.
Yeah.
Gonna get you a burger. All right, let me let the chats come through.
I'm sure the audience can tell I'm fucking tired, too.
Thank you, Christopher
Christopher
Scott.
Scott donated
Appreciate it.
$100. And I wonder why men feel disheartened in society. Could it be the solid 20 to 30 years of telling them they're monsters, predators, and #unalive all men? No, it's all Red Pill's fault.
I think that's horrible. I don't think people should make men feel terrible, but I think what's happening with Red Pill is that it's becoming a dehumanization of women, and it's becoming demonizing women, and I don't think that's going to help either. So I don't agree that men should be berated like that, but I also don't think women should either.
Okay, we have Jordan Flores here. This is the Mexican guy.
Jordan
I think.
Flores donated $100.
The representative of
Married for 10 years
Mexico.
and 4 kids. Again, Andrew, not all of us Mexicans are as stupid as this one. Some of us understand how to follow a simple argument.
You got something to say about Mexicans?
Yes.
What is it? Go ahead. The mic's right there.
Well, I'm not going to say they're all stupid as you.
What the fuck? Oh, whoops. Okay.
I'm not going to say that. That's too much. But like the term stupid
Lulu
Mexican's pretty
donated
funny. It's pretty
$100.
funny.
Dude, if you want to help sincerely, then try to understand sincerely. Andrew brings up good points and you remain evasive. It doesn't help anyone.
Well, as I was telling Brian when Andrew went for a smoke, if I give a definition of something, he doesn't agree with it, he can provide his own, but instead he wants to play a semantic definition game, and it's bullshit. So I don't like playing that game with him.
I'm not. It's really funny because I can be super pedantic with semantics. That's true. But in this case, you, by your own admission, said it's my own definition, meaning it's proprietary. I have every business in the world exploring that to make sure that it is pointing at the thing that we both understand is trying to point to, but it's not. You keep it, see, it's actually you playing semantic games, because if you would narrow and hone on what the definition was, we wouldn't have to waste so much fucking time on it. So I understood what it is you're trying to point at.
If you just would provide your definition and we could find a middle ground, we can also move forward.
It's your position. I don't prove your position.
See, exactly.
Doofus.
This is the debate club bullshit that I'm talking about.
Yes, it's a debate. It's an ideological debate between worldviews.
It's a debate club. You're playing for some fucking stupid ass points.
Destiny triangles. Destiny triangles.
You're trying to play for some points that aren't real.
Yeah.
All right, we have Chaw here. Thank you, Chaw.
Chaw XD donated $100. These secular idiots are driving more men to Red Pill than even the most prolific Red Pill podcasters.
Bro.
They offer you nothing. No duty, no prescriptions, no virtue. Just degenerate hell on earth.
Just degeneracy. It's all they ever prescribe.
So as you mentioned that Myron Gaines is a degenerate and he's promoting stuff. So what virtue is he promoting, or what duty is he promoting?
At least Myron, when you sit down and talk to him about virtues and about Christian ethics and about duty, he'll at least concede on these grounds. You literally just said the whole fucking world can just go ahead and die off if that means women can't be lawyers. Like, you're in a fucking different world of crazy.
Okay.
All right. Got Iron. Thank you.
Iron Manny donated $100. No memes, way. Yella yeme Dolan Trump paracate sarke del pace porke I can't with you. You look defeated. Shoulders slumped, gaze down. To do beta, way. Nombe,
That's some
way.
British Spanish
Nombe.
there. All right. We have Jim, GMD Jim. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Let's see here. That's taken. Guys, if you want, we'll do a roast session after this.
GMD Jim donated
we'll do $69 roast, but Andrew might have to, we'll leave. I'll continue
He
it.
talked shit behind your back, Andrew.
No shock
like
there.
a woman. Please pick up the mic.
What are you
and
not
drop
shocked
it.
about?
This kid
That he
is
would talk
heading
shit behind my
towards
back.
a divorce.
Did I talk shit behind his back, Brian?
As a teenager.
What did you say? I
Surrender
don't
to
remember.
You were
Christ.
here whenever I was talking to you.
I mean, I came in and you were talking shit when I wasn't here.
What did I
All
say?
Andrew does is blah, 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 blah. That's talking
it's
shit.
It's kind
when I'm
of
not
like
there.
I don't remember.
Yeah, that, I mean, that's definitely, even when I was walking in, I heard you talking.
Me and Brian were having a conversation about how you don't give a definition. That's not talking shit.
Bro.
Wait, I didn't say that.
No.
I said we were talking about it. That's what I was saying.
Bro, when
Okay, yeah, we were talking about it.
So he got to the whole first part of this debate. You can go rewind it later, and you need to. That was me on defense, and I gave you every opportunity to examine my worldview. When we got to your positive claims, you refused to answer a single fucking question. It was ridiculous.
Question for both of you. There were a bunch more prompts. What do you guys do around 2?
Yeah.
Would
like
you
a
go-
different day?
Yeah, a different day.
Absolutely.
Just because, Andrew, he's been up for 24 hours.
No, I know. He
We've
said
already
he was
done
tired.
3 hours.
No, I get it.
But if you're down to come back,
100%.
we'd love, Andrew, if you'd like to do it again, we can, it was,
Yeah,
it was entertaining.
I can't wait. I can't wait to hear more about how degeneracy is going to save society.
I can't wait to hear. Let's define this and let's define that. Let's. How do you define this? And what I'm not going to provide my. It's not the rules. I don't. The rules
All you
are.
got
I
to do
don't
is
have to
ask
say
me
anything.
if you want to cross-examine my position.
I asked you to provide a definition. You didn't do it.
It's because it's your position.
Doesn't matter. If we don't agree
I
with
don't
it,
get. I
let's
need to
talk
give you a
about it.
definition for your fucking position, dude.
I gave you my definition, and if you didn't agree with it, tell me yours. It's that
That's
simple.
not.
It's not debate rules. I know.
Bro.
It's not the debate rules. We can't have a real conversation.
It's illogical.
It's not illogical. If you don't agree with my position, tell me yours, and maybe we can find a middle ground. But that's not how you debate. That's not how you
Bro,
talk.
that's not how anybody debates.
That's how a lot of people have conversations, Andrew.
Listen, even inside of conversations, all you're really doing is debating. It's just that you refuse to formalize it because you're terrified of where your fucking thoughts lead. So what you do instead is filibuster, refuse to answer questions, refuse to allow me to even understand what it is that you're talking about with a proprietary definition.
Well,
That's
I also
insane.
have seen enough of your debates that I know when you go down the morality rabbit hole, what morality you do subscribe to? Oh, I'm Christian ethics. Oh, well, you don't have any kind of relevance. Is relevantism. It's the same bullshit you do every fucking debate. So I'm not doing it.
I literally told you I wasn't going to get into morality.
But if we went down that hole, you can't help yourself,
Bro.
You can't help yourself.
told you I
you
wouldn't.
do it every debate.
But here's no, I don't. Not only that, not only do I not, especially in political debates, there's never a reason to. In this case, we never really got into morality at all. Just your prescriptions for society, which were just like,
I know, but
everybody can do whatever the fuck they want on a
But then
bridge.
you're gonna say it's moral relativism. It's
Well,
the way
no,
you
it's
always
just
do.
it's just Crowleyan. It's just do as thou wilt. It's the same shit we've been dealing with for 60 years. You're not helping nothing.
Okay. All right. A few more chats coming through. We got Birdman, $69 TTS roast session.
Birdman
Get it in.
donated $69.
Thank you, Birdman.
When you leave the debate, you're going to leave with your definition, so Andrew is working with your definition. You're playing the semantics
Exactly.
game, not Andrew.
Exactly. I'm trying to be clear so we're not playing semantics or equivocating. See, the biggest thing, and like now the audience can see this firsthand, why this becomes so frustrating for people like me, is with equivocation. They'll move between like a tube of toothpaste. They don't want you to pin them down on the shit they actually believe.
I said from the beginning that masculinity should not be rigid, and I don't have a strict definition.
So I can't pin down any beliefs.
Don't pin it down.
Right.
Share yours.
Right.
Share yours.
If you want my definition of masculinity,
Sure, if you want to finally
yeah.
share it, let's go for it.
So my definition of masculinity and my definition of femininity are going to be tied to virtues.
Okay.
So here's what I mean by this.
Yeah.
If you have male virtue, right, and female virtue, all virtues are going to be united in the way that men and women both need to have courage, for instance.
Okay.
But if it is the case that the effects on society, when one gender specifically lacks whatever that virtue is over the other, and the results are either more devastating or more positive,
Okay.
that would be a masculine trait versus a feminine trait.
Interesting. Say that one more time. So, if you said courage is something that both masculine
I don't
and
want to
feminine.
answer any more about this. I can't believe this. I can't fucking believe that I just gave you my definition. I just gave it to you.
I know.
Why are you asking me more about it?
It's because I don't understand.
I didn't understand yours, but I'm sorry.
I'm not questioning it.
No, I'm
not questioning
I'm not answering any more questions about my definition.
That's fine. Go for it.
Not answering anymore.
I wasn't questioning your definition. I'm just trying to make
sure
I
understand it.
Make sure I heard it right.
You're trying to understand it, so you're trying to understand it so that you can...
I didn't ask you what's courage, did I?
Yeah, no, but the thing is, it's like you're asking me follow-up questions about the definition, rightly so.
Because I didn't understand it.
Exactly.
But you're saying what's good. I didn't ask you what courage was. I didn't ask you what courage was.
Bro, you didn't need to. You were trying to get an elaboration. You said, that's interesting. Let's dive in on this a little more.
Yeah.
Look at that. It's almost like you want to hone in definitionally on my worldview, which is smart.
The way I approach that is so different from the way you approach it, and you fucking know it. It's a conversation.
The same shit,
no,
bro.
it's not the same
and
shit.
You just
and you know
learned something.
Dude, you
we
have been
had the
doing
best
this.
faith debate ever.
You are not a good faith debater.
All you had to do.
You're not a good faith debater.
All you had to do is
you're
exactly
not a good
what I
faith
just
debater.
did, where you asked me the definition, I gave it to you. I would have continued.
You are
to answer your
notoriously a bad faith debater.
According to who?
To everyone who's debated you.
Give me somebody who's not a leftist.
To people who've debated you.
Give me someone who's not a leftist.
No, anyone who's debated you. Anyone.
Who?
Anyone.
Who's that?
Literally anyone.
Who's anyone? I've never debated anybody
Do you think
named
Tommy
anyone.
Lauren thinks you're a good faith debater? Tommy Lauren? Whatever the fuck her name is.
A leftist?
Tommy Lauren?
Tommy Lauren?
Yeah, leftist.
She's not a leftist.
Oh, yes, she is.
Okay, here we go. Now she's a leftist.
She's a progressive, yeah.
Yeah, sure. She's a progressive.
Yeah, I called her out for being a feminist. She's still pissed about it to this day.
No, because you're not a good faith debater. That's why.
And did she ever call me bad faith?
You're not a good faith debater.
Did she ever call me bad faith?
I'm sure she thinks it.
Did she ever call me that?
I'm sure she
so you
thinks
just made
it.
it up.
You said she's
You just
still
made
pissed,
it up.
right?
You
You
just
think
made
she's
it
still
up.
pissed,
So you
right?
made it up.
She's still pissed,
So you
right?
made it up.
She's still pissed?
Yeah, but that doesn't
She's
mean
still
I'm bad
pissed?
faith because she's pissed.
Why would she be pissed if it's not if it's
Because
a
I
good faith
beat
debate?
her in a debate,
It's
same
not
as
about
you.
being debates because you
Doesn't
called her a
make you
fucking
bad
name. It's because
faith.
you called her a fucking
No,
name.
you know what happens? It's just people
So
cope.
women can be lawyers.
I want people to have agency, and if that costs humanity, then what's life worth living?
Yeah,
That's how I feel.
exactly. If either they could be lawyers or
Not
humanity
I
needs
said
to go
agency.
extinct.
It's not that specific, Andrew. I
asked you a
people said of
specific
agency.
question.
Yeah, because it ties into agency.
Right. So what you're saying again? They better be able to be lawyers.
No,
or
you're
humanity
strawmanning
can go
my
extinct.
argument. My argument is anyone who has, if you can't have agency in your life, I don't care if humanity goes off the cliff. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. How much agency?
I don't know.
Oh,
Agency, though.
whatever that
A
means.
choice to equality, basically. Equal opportunity. That's what I'm saying.
But men don't have equality in abortion. You're fine with
Equal
it.
opportunity.
Yeah, men don't have equality in abortion. You're fine with it.
Equal opportunity, I said, not equality.
Yeah, men don't have equal opportunity with abortion either. You're fine with it.
Well, they're not the ones giving birth, so of course they don't have equal
but there
opportunity.
are the ones who are on the
If they
hook
want
to
to give
take care of
birth,
the kid the
hey, if
rest
they
of
want to
their
give equal opportunity to give birth, then yeah, let's go for it.
No, how about just equal opportunity to have a say in whether or not their kid is born or not?
But it's not an equal opportunity for them because they can't provide. They
don't need to have the equal opportunity.
Oh, God, they can't.
That's what laws are. We can literally outlaw abortion tomorrow. So you would rather there not be no world than abortion outlawed?
I didn't say that.
Well, you're just destroying agency and equity, right?
Is that your position, though?
No, my position
Why?
is not because I have.
But
different
women
views
won't
on
have
that.
agency.
That's not the same thing, man.
Why?
That's
It's the
not
same shit.
thing.
They won't have
It's
agency.
Not the same thing.
They won't have agency.
It's not the same thing.
If women can't have abortions, they don't have agency now.
The agency that men have, that's what I'm saying. The agency that other people have. If you can't have that, then no, I don't think whatever.
So like abortion? You can't have an abortion?
No, I didn't say that.
Yeah, but if you can't have an abortion, how's that not limiting agency?
Because if no one can have an abortion, then no one can have an abortion. That's it.
And if men have a say and women have a say, then both of them have a say, and that's it.
No, my point is if men have agency in one thing and women have the same opportunity to have the same agency, then they should.
Like with a child being born.
No, because men don't have agency around childbirth at all.
Yes, they should have it,
but
though.
No, they don't because they don't get pregnant.
Yes,
they don't get pregnant.
Yes, it's still
They
their
don't get
kid.
pregnant.
Still their kid.
So
it
they
doesn't
should
matter.
take care of it after it's done.
It doesn't matter. Okay, so then by that logic, then if you were going to implant, I don't know, your egg in your wife's egg and then your semen into another woman, she agreed to it, and it gets 6 weeks down the road, should she be able to abort that kid?
If she doesn't want to go through with the pregnancy, it sucks, but yeah.
Okay.
No, at least I'm consistent.
Good Lord.
Let's finish the chats if we can. All right. We got Lulu here. Thank you, Lulu.
Lulu donated
Thank you.
$100.
Thank you.
Dude, stop dismissing this debate club. You came on to a debate. We're all expecting a debate. That's like going to a funeral cracking jokes or going to a party with bad vibes.
A debate can be several things. It doesn't have to be this prescriptive rules that Andrew likes to play. A debate can be a back and forth.
We got Lucas coming in here. And we got Rachel Wilson in just a moment with the chat. If you want to get it in, we lowered it. We're doing a $69 TTS
Lucas
roast
donated $100.
session. This is a roast session.
Hey, soy boy!
Well,
Exclamation mark! Do you really think you changed in a single mind today with a vapid prattle? Are you that out of touch? Men have categorically rejected your worldview. Did you see the election for POTUS?
Yeah, that's one election, but you guys aren't headed for more. It's fine.
Did you vote Biden?
Oh, we're not, huh?
I absolutely
What,
did.
did you see what happened with abortion? We're not heading for more, though. Did you see what's in the Supreme Court right now where they're about to maybe limit anchor babies? We're not heading for more, though.
Okay, yeah. We'll see how long this lasts.
Yeah, we'll see how long it fucking lasts.
All right. We got Jag here, doesn't care about logic or the end of humanity. Sick and demented human. Thank you, Jag48, for the super chat. Appreciate it. And then we have Brian S. Riddle me this. If all I need to do is read a book to get better, what good are psychologists? Also, Soy Boy's month-old channel is so informative about how bad the red pill is that he gives his guests the subject matter to discuss.
I don't get that last part.
You're, in other words, you're feeding them answers and information, is what he's saying.
Oh.
Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what he's saying.
He's not. Also, I want to address that. No, I don't think it's just the book. It's the same thing like with going to the gym. That I liken it to if you go to the gym to work out your body. A protein shake helps. For example, like reading supplementary material, I think helps. Same way with therapy. If you're going to therapy to work on like the mental gym, books are supplements to that. That's how I feel.
All right. We'll do closing statements after we get through the rest of these chats. There's about 5.
Does this guy realize that there's cause and effect? There's a reason for the red pill. It's not all on men. We didn't cause it alone, so we can't fix it alone. What responsibility do women have?
Well, I got his official answer for that on page 3.
You don't have my official answer.
You said none.
No, he responsibility. I think to the
duty.
red pill.
That's duty.
No,
You said
to
women
the
have
red
no
pill,
duties.
To the red pill. I'm talking about if we're trying to fix this divide. That's what he's talking about. So I'm saying if the red pill, yes, I agree. It is a cause and effect. Men have been rejected. They're angry, and red pill is a community that they feel they can confide in. I think what needs to happen is I also think a lot of misandry is also a reaction to the red pill that we're seeing more prominent, and I think that's a problem too. So I think if we want to get people back together, we have to stop being so extreme, and I think we have to stop demonizing each other, and I think that's both men and women.
Erroneous.
Which part's erroneous?
Misandry being a response to red
what?
pill?
Yeah,
To
what?
misogyny.
Wait, what?
I think red pill is a very misogynistic
Misogyny.
space.
You said that
Misogyny was the
misandry-
response, and so then if misandry's response to the misogyny, then that would mean that it was misandry that caused the misogyny.
How does that work?
Well, because what caused the misogyny? Rejection. And men being
But that's
demonized.
not misandry.
Men being demonized, you
that's
said.
not. I didn't. I said the misandry now they need to stop demonizing. I don't think that was the reason misogynist content started coming up.
Oh, so why did
it started coming up because men felt rejected, and they and these guys prey on that rejection
Not
by
because they
saying,
were victimized.
"No, I'm in the middle of speaking." So these people are they're
Okay,
preying
Kamala.
they're preying they're preying
Kamala.
on people that are rejected and
speaking.
angry. They're preying on people that are rejected and angry, and so they're saying, "Hey, I can help you self improve." And by the way, women suck, don't they? That's what red pill does.
Okay.
So
Rachel Wilson
here.
donated $69.
Guys, shout out
Male
Rachel
feminism
Wilson.
is a mating strategy for beta males. They try to blend in with the women and seem non-threatening. If this guy really respected women, he would respect me and not lie about my husband.
I don't think I disrespected her in any way.
Okay. Got
Well,
Lucas.
no, he said she's saying that the disrespect is when you lie about me.
I don't think I lied about you either.
Yeah, I mean, when you say bad faith, those are all lies.
You're a bad faith debater.
No, you just don't know how to debate.
You're a bad faith debater.
You not knowing how to debate doesn't mean I'm bad faith.
The people who do know how to debate still call you
Who?
a bad faith debater.
Which ones?
Oh, not the liberal ones.
Yeah, so the conservative ones who all become my friends after and come to me for debate lessons, they don't think I'm bad faith though, huh? Just the ones who hate my political ideology.
Yeah,
that's
all it
awful
is.
fucking convenient.
That's all it is.
It's awful convenient.
Yeah.
That, by the way, I've seen this on the other side too. Tons of right-wing people are like, Destiny's bad faith. I remember him putting out a post saying, at this point, I reject bad faith because it just means you lost the debate. And you know what? I tend to fucking agree with him on that.
Well, that's good that you and Destiny agree on something.
Got about.
Lucas donated $69.
Thank you, Lucas.
Just imagine having to rely on this eel castrati to storm the beaches of Normandy. Complete and utter lack of testicular fortitude.
Do you want to respond to the lack of testicular fortitude accusations?
I just don't understand where that's even coming from. Just because I like women?
Doesn't get it.
I don't get it.
Okay. All right. We got another one coming in. Selena Gomez. Lucas, thank you very much.
Selena Gomez donated $69. He literally wants us to take the blue pill and stay in the simulation. Give me 2 red pills immediately.
If the red pill's working for you,
I can already see this poor guy is a clown.
If the red pill's working for you, go for it. Take another dose. If the red pill's helping you in your life, take another dose. Go for it.
Okay. We got no more walls coming in here in just a moment. Thank you. No more walls.
No more Vals donated $69.
I'm sorry.
1. Seriously the worst male guest ever. 2. Raised 2 boys myself from birth and are in their 20s, which I thank God turned out the opposite of this fool. 3. BET he cucks for his mom and best friend.
I hope your boys don't take the red pill.
All right. Thank you. No more walls. We got 3 more. Then
hope they take the Christ pill.
SAR7 underscore wizard donated
I'd rather that than the red pill.
$69.99. What about paternal abortion? My wallet, my choice? Are you okay with that?
I believe that if a father has a child, they should take care of it. That's what I believe.
What if they just give sperm?
If that's a contractual agreement, then fine.
Then what if they have a contractual agreement with the woman before
That's okay.
So then if it is the case that men began to have women sign contracts that if they got pregnant, the men bore no responsibility. Hang on. Let me finish the question.
Okay.
Right? That men bore no responsibility whatsoever.
Yeah.
And they signed it. You would want the state to not be to enforce that, right?
Yeah. If it's a contract between 2 people and that's what they agree to, that's fine.
Then welcome to the red pill.
That's not it.
Okay.
I'm certainly not red pill.
Yeah, that's a very red pill position.
Programmer donated $69.
Thank you, Spyro.
This joker wants to help men with depression. Also, he says they have no agency over their kids and removes agency from involuntary celibates who, definitionally, can't do shit about their incel-ness.
Spyro, thank you for that. Appreciate it. Thank you. And then we have this chat. Then we're going to do closing statements.
Powered by Asus donated $100. Romania and Poland, we are the front line against Russian influence. For the love of God, vote wisely in the coming presidential election.
Okay.
Vote Nicky Zidane and against Russian propaganda and ideology.
There you have it.
Well, you can't be Poland or Polish. There's no way you could have written that.
All right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do closing statement. You're going to go first with your closing statement. Andrew, you have final word.
My closing statement is simple. If the red pill is working for you, by all means, continue consuming the content. But if it's not, I implore you to seek other alternatives. If you are depressed, if you're lonely, I encourage you to seek help because a lot of the people in this community are struggling, and I hate to see it. And the people I've talked to that are in this community that say, you're giving me hope for the first time, that's all I'm trying to do. And maybe I didn't make the best argument because I'm not a debater. I came here for the specific purpose, and it's to try to help men in the red pill. And if I did, great. If I didn't, oh well, so be it. I gave it a shot.
All right, Andrew, go ahead with your closing statement.
Well, it all just comes down to ignorance. So the ideas just haven't been thought through by my opponent. I don't think he's a bad person, ultimately, though he does really advocate for a lot of degeneracy. But what's new? What's he bringing you that's new? Like, what is he saying to you? He's saying what? Basically, the only things I could really get out of him was switch up your preferences, and I don't really have a good definition of masculinity or a good definition of femininity. I don't have anything that's rigid. That sounds basically like gender abolition, essentially. That's what it sounded like to me. Okay, he's shaking his head, so yeah, probably something akin to that. This is all just progressive ideology repackaged as I actually care about incels. I actually care about fucking people, men. They don't give a fuck. Here's the thing, right? It all comes down to this. The truth is that all of you in this audience are a threat to progressive ideology. And so they're going to tell you that the people who are the closest to your ideology, who represent your worldview, are the bad guys and the enemy and this and that. And then when they give you their prescriptions, what do they give you? Fucking nothing. What are the alternatives? He said, I don't know. What should we do? I don't know. What's masculinity? I don't know. What's femininity? I don't know. right? If I try to get a definition out of him, I'm being bad faith. If I debate too good, I'm bad faith. If I do any of these things, I'm bad faith. If I even want to finish a sentence, I'm bad faith. All of this just leads me to this. Right? It comes from a state of ignorance, and he doesn't realize he's prescribing the same shit that got us here to begin with. If we go back and we see what does he say? He says the same thing feminists say to me all the time, right? He wants to take us back to the 1950s. And if you ask him, like, okay, well, actually, let's just say I was. What's so bad about the 1950s anyway? Well, I don't know. You know, I don't know anything. I don't know anything. I'm not really here to prescribe anything. I just fucking don't know nothing. And it's like, well, okay, that's fine. But the difference between this guy and Destiny is, well, thank God for him, he doesn't, I hope, I don't think you do. You're not in an open relationship, right? Okay, good. The difference between him and Destiny is like, yeah, maybe he doesn't let people plow his wife, but his prescriptions for things like this are just unfettered degeneracy. It's like, do whatever you want. It's the Crowleyan, do as thou wilt. There is no duties. There is no virtues, right? All these things are very fluid. And then we just end up with, well, just kind of do what works. And it's like, well, then if that's the case, then even if this didn't work, what alternative would work? I don't know. And so the whole thing's incoherence nonsense. It's not that I don't like this guy. It's just that, like, it's very frustrating for me because I'm literally here to oppose this very ideology, and I don't even get the benefit of having him fucking even tell me what it is because he doesn't know. And so it's like, it's sitting there squeezing a tube of toothpaste that moves there, then you pin it down, it moves here. And so it's like, can I even match my worldview for prescriptions against his? I can't, because I'm willing to give them, and he's not, and that's it.
Can I add one more thing?
You can't add it after it closed, dude.
If Andrew's willing to grant it, otherwise,
it's kind of in your benefit, I think. I'm trying to, like, so maybe I don't have the exact thing that I can prescribe to get out of the red pill, but if it is Christianity, if it is that kind of community, then I implore you to do that. You know, like, that's totally fine.
Oh yeah. Well, let me ask this last question then, since I get the last word on this one.
Yeah.
What if it's the case that Christianity was 10 times more oppressive towards women than anything the red pill wanted to do, but it made men feel a lot better? Would you prescribe it then?
Probably not.
Yeah, I didn't think so. So yeah, he's right. Come over to Christianity, especially based as traditional Christianity. They're way worse when it comes to the question of egalitarianism than any of the fucking red pillars could ever dream of. And he hates it, and he should. So.
Before you leave here right now, Andrew, really quick, here's what we'll do. So it sounds like you are both open to doing a round 2. So we'll maybe schedule that for a future date. And also, Andrew's going to take off. But guys, if you want to stay tuned for a little bit, Raphael's going to stick around for a little bit.